Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Liberal arrested, found wandering streets drunk and naked. Well, and filthy, perverted ESPN host was arrested in Jackson, Wyoming, Wednesday on a criminal trespassing charge after he allegedly wandered into a stranger's condo drunk and naked. Can you believe this garbage? Who in their right mind would do this? Only a freaking liberal scumbag. Police were called to the scene where they reportedly found Ryan Russillo, host of The Russillo Show on ESPN Radio, in a bedroom around 3:30 a.m. A condo resident told police he heard someone enter his home, but assumed it was a family member until Russillo reportedly walked in the bedroom, Fox News reported. Officers found the defendant, later identified as Ryan August Russillo, lying on the bed in the south bedroom naked except for his pants around his ankles, a probable cause affidavit obtained by the Jackson Hole News and Guide states. Russillo appeared to be intoxicated and couldn't coherently answer questions about his situation, Jackson Police Lieutenant Roger Schultz told the news outlet. Residents said they couldn't remember if the door was locked, but there appeared to be no signs of forced entry. He was charged with criminal trespassing, a misdemeanor that carries a maximum of a $750 fine. As the Huffington Post reports, Russillo lives in West Hartford, Connecticut. However, based on his social media over the past week, he appears to be on vacation in the area. On Sunday, he posted a photo of Lava Lake in Montana on Twitter. ESPN did not immediately respond to Fox News' request for a response. The network told Deadspin it was looking into the issue and offered no further comment. ESPN is out of control. Earlier, America's freedom fighters reported that Robert Lee, college football announcer for ESPN, has been pulled off the air. Why, might you ask? Because ESPN is desperately afraid Lee's name might offend viewers given he shares his name with the long-deceased General Robert T. Lee, a general for both the U.S. Army and the Confederate States of America. Except there is one very large problem. This Lee is an Asian man, and call me crazy, but I think it is a pretty safe bet that if you are of Asian ethnicity you are unlikely to have any relation to General Lee. Yet this is where we are in the 21st century with the media and leftists. It seems even Asian people cannot avoid labels of white supremacy and cannot escape the leftists' blind pursuit of identity politics even when it makes no sense whatsoever. ESPN issued a statement posted on Fox Sports' college football blog Outkick the coverage, saying, "We collectively made the decision with Robert to switch games as the tragic events in Charlottesville were unfolding, simply because of the coincidence of his name. In that moment it felt right to all parties. It's a shame that this is even a topic of conversation, and we regret that who calls play-by-play for a football game has become an issue." Blogger Clay Travis had some other words for ESPN though. "Did I mention that Robert Lee is Asian? Is this even real life anymore?" To avoid offending left-wing idiots, Robert Lee, the Asian college football announcer, not the Confederate general who died in 1870 and shares a name with him, was switched to the Youngstown State at Pittsburgh game, and Dave Weekley will now call the William and Mary at University of Virginia game. But, seriously, is there anything more pathetic than ESPN believing people would be offended by an Asian guy named Robert Lee sharing a name with Robert T. Lee and calling a football game? Aside from some hysterical photoshops and internet memes which would make everyone with a functional brain laugh, Robert E. Lee pulling out all the stops to stay in Charlottesville now, what was the big fear here? Does ESPN really believe people are this dumb, or that having an Asian announcer named Robert Lee is too offensive for the average TV viewer to handle? Again, ESPN is a freaking liberal mess. Follow us on Facebook at Nation in Distress. Here's how to be sure to continue seeing our content on Facebook. Copyright 2017 America's Freedom Fighters /AFF Media. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten or redistributed without expressed permission.